Thổi lên đi nhé. Về lại bên Hồ Chí Minh. Ký gửi không đẹp, sẵn dự phòng lóc bóc mấy ảnh đồ có giá trị hơn nhé.
Ok.
Em một gửi bác 2 nhá. Có bác tới gửi.
Muốn à?
Sợ quá. Mấy mai kia đang chuyển sang là mình đi ra.
Máy móc cái này hại, không cần nhiều người đâu, vừa chở vừa ra đặt hàng. Mấy cái khoản quạt trần.
Đứng đi.
Đã chắc em đã cái đâu.
Rồi, chờ bước đi. Ngồi đứng đi.
แต่thank you you.
Việt Nam lại Kuala Lumpur. Rất nhiều lắm. Gà nếu không đầy đủ như mình vào quán Trung Quốc mà ăn, mình ăn
Trung Quốc.
mã không ăn được đâu,
À,
cay lắm.
đồ ăn cay.
Mã cay. Vào quán Trung Quốc, quán mã thì nó vẫn có gà với các thứ đầy đủ như mình. Mỗi là mình nói nó không biết cái tiếng của gà đâu. Đây à, tiếng Việt Nam mình nói thì nó biết cái gì. Tớ phải làm công việc ở nhà.
Đúng rồi, độc hại, nhà chính đang làm mấy đấy độc hại.
Đây.
Hello.
Thank you for your kind cooperation.
Okay.
These are pocket too.
Right.
Right. Great to record video in one pocket.
Nó có GoPro 11.
Yes.
New one. Thank you.
Dear guests, this is Asia Flight AK513 to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Kindly be seated according to the seat numbers on your boarding passes, and we discourage unauthorized changing of seats due to the aircraft weight and balance restrictions. Secure your luggage Please be careful when opening the compartments as items may have shifted during the flight. And thank you and have a super. Para tamu dihormati dalam penerbangan Airship pesawat. Assalamualaikum para tamu dihormati. Selamat datang ke penerbangan pesawat AK513 tujuan ke Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Penerbangan ini adalah Kapten Nazrif, bantu pembantu pangkalan Satya dan saya Hamid Ketua dan mengasingkan bateri daripada peranti rokok elektronik. Pengesasan dan penggunaan rokok elektronik adalah dilarang sama sekali. Juara penerbangan tambah rendah terbaik dunia buat kali ke-13. Sila duduk rehat dan menikmati perjalanan yang super.
Seatbelt. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and tighten the belt by pulling on the buckle strap. To unfasten, lift the metal flap. Whenever the seatbelt sign is on, you must return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt securely. Should an oxygen mask like this drop from the compartment above your seat, immediately pull the mask firmly towards you. Place the mask over your nose and mouth with the headband tightly around your head and breathe normally. Place your own mask first before assisting others under your care. Your life vest is under your seat. To use it, slip it over your head like this. Clip on the waistband and pull it tight. At the exit before leaving the aircraft, pull the red tag to inflate life vest. Do not inflate your life vest until you are at the exit, as this would slow down the evacuation flow. Your life vest has an oral tube for further inflation. The light comes on when in contact with water, and here's a whistle to attract attention. Evacuation slides are located at all exits. Please note where the emergency exits on the aircraft are located. They are being pointed out to you now, bearing in mind that the nearest exit may be behind you. During evacuation, leave your hand luggage. If smoke is present, keep low and follow the path lights to the nearest exit as indicated. A copy of this safety information card is in your seat pocket. Please read it carefully. Passengers seated next to an emergency exit are requested to study the operation of these exits in the safety card. As this is a non-smoking flight, please do not smoke throughout the flight. Smoking in the toilet will activate the smoke alarm. Thank you for your attention.
Dear guests, this is but announcement. In case of loss of cabin pressure, you must remove your face.
kindly refer to the safety pamphlet. To the catalog in front of the seat pocket. For every purchase 250 and above, you get discount of
of laboratories is not permitted at this moment. Serving honeycomb items will be suspended. Para tamu dihormati, kegagalan cuaca yang kerap memuaskan tanda syarat pasangkan tali kereta telah pun dinyalakan. Sila kembali ke tempat duduk anda dan pasangkan tali pinggang keselamatan anda. Penggunaan tandas pada waktu ini tidak digunakan. Dan hidangan air panas akan ditangguhkan sementara waktu. Terima kasih.
From now we will begin commencing our descent for a landing in Kuala Lumpur International Airport, Terminal 2, KLIA 2. And the weather along our descent flight for today evening seems to be fine. It should be a smooth flight all the way down to our landing. And a little bit of good news for us. We are expecting to arrive approximately 15 minutes earlier than our scheduled arrival time. Expected landing time in Kuala Lumpur is 35 minutes past 7 in the evening, Malaysian local time. And to those who would like to synchronize their watches, there is 1 hour time difference between Hanoi and Kuala Lumpur. The local time now in Kuala Lumpur is 3 minutes past 7 in the evening. Weather is reported to be fine with a ground temperature of 29 degrees Celsius. And I hope everyone is feeling comfortable back in the cabin and are well rested as well. On behalf of AirAsia and the entire crew, I would like to thank everyone for choosing to fly with us. Have a nice day in Kuala Lumpur. Thank you.
shortly. Please return to your seat. Your seat in the upright position. Fasten your seatbelt. Secure reachable seat in the position and keep your window shades fully open. Large devices such as laptops must be stored underneath the seat in front of the moving compartments. You may continue to use mobile phones or tablets in flight mode until landing, and please also be informed that the lavatory may no longer be used at this time. Thank you. Thank you. Dear guys, it's a pleasure to have you on board this flight to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I'd like to say thank you for choosing AirAsia as your destination. I hope to see you again soon the next future flight with AirAsia. Para tamu kami bersama anda sepanjang penerbangan ke Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Ucapkan terima kasih dan sampai kita berjumpa lagi dalam penerbangan yang akan datang. Alami pengalaman lebih lancar bersama Super App kami. Kita dilengkapi dengan fungsi daftar masuk dan sistem pengecaman biometrik. Anda juga boleh mengimbas smart line dan menerima pengesahan semasa secara online berkait online verification of COVID-19 and other travel-related documents. For ease of travel, download the AirAsia Super App today. Thank you. Global outbreak since May 2022. If you are experiencing any of the following symptoms: high fever or swelling at the neck, axilla or groin area, or rashes, vesicles or pustules on the body, especially on the face, hands, feet, the mouth, and the genitalia, please identify yourself to the health authority at the point of entry on arrival. If you are traveling from any at-risk countries and are currently asymptomatic, kindly monitor of the above symptoms, seek immediate treatment at a nearby health facility. This directive is a requirement by the Government of Malaysia under the provision of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Disease Act 1988. Thank you for your attention. Para tamu yang hormati, Lembaga Kesihatan dari Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia merujuk kepada laporan penularan wabak cacar seperti yang dimaklumkan anda derita untuk merujuk kepada Pusat Kemudahan Kesihatan terdekat. Ini adalah arahan dari pihak Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia di bawah Akta Pencegahan dan Kawalan Penyakit Berjangkit tahun 1988. Terima kasih.
Oh, I take a chair. Take a chair. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Excuse me, help me.
Yeah. So this is your receipt.
Yeah.
Then I scan for you.
Okay.
Just enter.
Okay. Take a chair here.
Downstairs or the left?
Downstairs.
Front.
Okay.